Sometimes, the storm isn't outside the window, it brews quietly inside our own minds. Thoughts rush like the wind. Memories clash like thunder. And the smallest worries grow into waves that wash away our peace. We worry about what has yet to come. We regret what has already passed. Between those two timelines, we forget this very moment. And we forget ourselves. A smile slowly fades away. A silent soul waits, longing to be touched. Amid a valley surrounded by mountains and forests, where mornings are filled with birdsong, and evenings sink into mist, lived a young man named Marco, 24 years old. Gentle, quiet, and tired, though the world around him was peaceful, inside. An endless current never stopped churning. Thousands of thoughts repeated in his mind. About a past he couldn't change, a future he couldn't see. And things he could never control. Each morning, Marco awoke with worries. And each night, he fell asleep with 100 unanswered questions. He was living, but not truly alive. One day, amidst the heaviness of his days, a simple story lit a small flame inside Marco's heart. They said, far away on a distant hill, lived a wise old man. Once a renowned psychologist in the city, he had left behind all the noise of the world, choosing instead a quiet life in nature, guiding others to find their way back to true peace. When Marco heard this, a faint light stirred within him. A small inner voice whispered, go find him, perhaps there you'll find yourself. For the first time in years, a spark of curiosity and courage flickered in his weary eyes, the beginning of a longing to explore and change. The next morning, as sunlight broke through the mountain ridge, Marco packed his bag and began the journey of his life. The road ahead was long and winding, through forests, across rivers, over misty cliffs. Many times, his legs trembled from exhaustion, the wind bit his face, the rain soaked his clothes, yet the flame of determination within him never went out this time. He wasn't running from sorrow. He was walking toward the light of peace. Every step, no matter how small, was a quiet promise to himself. I will not stop until I find the stillness within me. After days of walking through the forest and crossing cold rivers, Marco stopped before a small cottage covered in green vines. The golden light of dusk draped softly over everything. On the porch sat an old man with silver hair, eyes gently closed, face calm as if even the wind hesitated to touch him. Marco stood silently, filled with reverence and fragile hope. He stepped closer, bowed deeply, and said, sir, my mind is always in chaos. I've traveled far, only to find peace within myself. Please, show me the way. The old man opened his eyes, calm and deep like a lake after rain, and spoke slowly, well done, my boy. If you truly seek peace, I have a small task for you. The old man led Marco to the backyard. On a simple wooden table, he poured water to the brim of a glass. The sunlight shimmered on the surface, trembling gently, like a test of fate. Take this cup, he said. Walk once around the village. And come back without spilling a single drop. Marco held the glass carefully with both hands. He walked, slow, steady, focused. The road was uneven. Voices and wind swirled around him. But in his mind, there was only one thought. Keep the water still. Sweat rolled down his face, yet his eyes glowed with quiet belief that if he could keep the water calm, perhaps his mind could be calm too. As the sun dipped behind the mountains, Marco returned. The water in his glass was still full, not a drop spilled. He sighed in relief, smiling with pride and wonder. As if he had uncovered a secret of the world. Sir, I did it. Not a single drop was lost. The old man smiled gently. Well done, my boy. But tell me, on your walk, did you see the children playing by the road? Did you hear the birds singing, or the wind dancing through the trees? Marco blinked, confused. No, sir, I was only focused on the cup. The old man nodded, eyes soft and knowing. As if holding a truth Marco had yet to grasp. A gentle breeze stirred the leaves by the porch. The old man looked at Marco and spoke. His voice deep and calm like a mountain stream. You see, when your mind focused only on the cup, there was no room for fear or worry. You didn't think about the past, nor the future, only this moment, right here. Marco was silent, his eyes slowly widening with understanding. The old man continued, each word sinking deep like a whisper to the soul. Peace doesn't exist somewhere far away. It has always been here, in every breath, in every step you take. But your mind keeps chasing what's gone and what's yet to come, and forgets the moment you are living in. He paused, looking toward the sunset. When you live fully in the present, Your mind becomes still like a quiet lake, and then, you'll realize peace was never gone. It was always within you. Marco stood frozen. The old man's words echoed through his heart like the wind in the valley. He looked around. The same village. The same breeze, but suddenly, everything felt different. The sunlight was warmer. The birdsong clearer. Even his own breath felt light and new. A gentle smile appeared on his face. The smile of someone who has just found what he'd lost. Peace isn't something to search for, it's here. In every single moment. His eyes shimmered with gratitude. The old man said nothing, only smiled, for he knew, the boy had awakened. The sun slowly set, painting the sky in soft shades of gold and orange. Marco left the small cottage and walked down the familiar path, but this time, his steps were light, his heart no longer heavy. Each breath felt like a miracle, each breeze a quiet melody. He was no longer walking to find peace. He was walking to feel it. Marco now understood. Peace is not a destination, but a journey. Not something to hold on to, but something you find when you let go. He looked up at the sky after the rain. Sunlight reflected in his eyes like a new beginning, and he smiled. A real smile. Peace, at last, had come home. Within him,